Good morning, petals. So I've just been sitting here this morning doing little jobs. I made my window. I wrapped it in some of the tape, decorative tape, and I glued that in. I made one of the little chairs last night. So I've painted it, and now I'm attempting to decorate it a bit. So I've got two more of those painted, and I'll put them on the sides, I think. So they have to dry. They're almost dry. What else have I done? Did I show you the top of the table that I finished last night? It's a table, it's a stool. I'm not sure what else. I've been working on some other things, so I've been trying to make that's a jar with supposedly paintbrushes in it. I think the jar needs a label or something on it to make it a little more realistic. This is supposed to be another one, and I'm going to use stick pens to be like knitting needles in it. I might do a little tiny knitting as well, maybe on a couple of these, and then shorten them and just have some knitting sitting out. What else have I done? Oh yes, I've made lots of little bolts of fabric. So they've got glue on them right now to help them set. But I've got a bunch of those done. I've done a little bit of, look at that. That's a good little collection, isn't it? And that's some ribbon. And here is another ribbon. And these are supposed to be little ribbons as well. I've made a little jar of beads. Look at that. Like my big jar of beads. So I think that's pretty cool. What else do I have to do here this morning? I'm going to make a rug out of that. And I've got other stuff in mind, but none of it's coming to me right now. But this is what I've been doing, working away at the little bits, at all the little bits. Oh, I need to make a window seat to go under my window. And dig out the little tiny sewing machine from Deb. Thank you, Deb. And, oh yes, I'm going to make a basket. So, stay tuned. I got a package from Emily, who is in Texas, and she's one of my viewers. I don't have very many viewers. Like, I think there's 10 of you maybe, and that's stretching it. Yeah, she saw my vlog and felt inspired and sent me a box of things, of like crafty things, I think, little things. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna open it if I can find my, there it is. Yeah. So cool. This is so cool. Here we go. Okay, I'm already very excited because I've been wanting some of these. Look at that bead. Oh, what is this? Look, it's a... Okay, well, this is really cool. Because it's all this paper that's come... Huh, this is... Holy shit. That's really cool. Is there a record in here too? There is a record in here, so it's a record, but look, look at that. That's pretty cool. Like, what a cool thing to have. Kevy's gonna freak out. He just had Elton John on the other day. And that's beautiful. That's just a beautiful record. Look, look, look. What a lovely thing to get. With like a booklet. Look at that. I just think that's really special. And like, that's what you use. That's what Emily used to send me paper. Like, I don't know. That's special. That's very special, that is. So, yeah. Knitting paper? Yes, please. And there's like floorboard paper. That's pretty. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I love that. More of that one, and that's beautiful. Just lovely. Oh, that's neat. It's like lattice or gingham, but also wood print. More flooring. I like the wood flooring. Brick. That's lovely paper. I shall put it in my paper stack, which is on a chair right here. Okay, back to the books. An easel, which is an amazing thing. It might be too big for the Cara room, but I've been thinking I needed one. That's a great thing too. Little bottles. I've been looking for little bottles, and I can never, like, I can find this size bottle, which is a little bottle, but it's almost a little too big for the dollhouses. But those bottles would be great. Like, they would fit in my kitchen quite well. All right. Greenery. There's some good stuff in there. I like that. I don't know if I enjoyed trying to make plants. I didn't like how mine turned out. They looked more like Muppets than plants. So, thank you. That will go into... Oh, there's a plant bag. I am somewhat organized here. Every couple days, I'll sit down and I'll like do a little clean, and I'll put things into their appropriate boxes. And I've been able to maintain it. I'm telling you, making these dollhouses is different than any other visual art or craft I have ever done in the way that I've been able to. I'm doing it up to 10 hours a day. I've sort of been able to contain it to my dining room table. And I've been able to keep it somewhat organized and on track. And I'm not like that. I'm very much a scattered brain. I'm ridiculous, really. So, you know, and I'm definitely not into, I was going to say taking care of things, but that's not right. I don't mind if there's dust. I don't mind if there's disorganization. I'm fairly carefree for the most part. But I'm channeling something. I'm doing this with my hands because all around me here is my you know. So there's a box that's got mostly wood stuff in it. There's a pile of paints. That is, let me make sure you're still recording. That is sort of tools and miscellaneous. This one is kind of, well, miscellaneous. That's the box of fabric with the fabric scissors separate from all other things. Those, so I use bowls for painting and holding stuff and being messy. And I'll use them quite a bit before I give them a toss. They start to like seep through in the bottom before I toss them. But also I've got like containers that have just odds and ends. So beads and bit of netting and marbles and so on and so forth. And then I work in this area. So the mess happens here. And then this is kind of the happening space, and this is secondary happening space, and I guess that's third happening space, tertiary happening space. And that's where the paper pile is, and that's where the bags of flowers are. So, was that sickening and like make you dizzy and feel gross? I apologize if it was, but there you go. Little tour of the space. What was that? Ice falling off of a thing, maybe off of a tree. Okay, so then next there is, oh, is it like a mini canvas for painting? It's like linen glued to some card or something. I'll find out what that is, Mrs., before I use it for anything. Ah, a bit of fur. That's lovely. I think we get each other, Emily. I think we get each other. More spindles. I've been wanting spindles. I'm thinking about spindles. Oh, that's like a tabletop or something. I like that. Oh, I like the rough side. That's really cool. I'm just sort of, yeah, a bit floored. Anyway, we'll keep going because it's so much fun. Trim. Look at that. That's a lovely bit of trim. That'll go in the fabric box. That's almost Cara. I've also been thinking about these things. I guess they're spindles as well. These are spools. These are spindles. Yes. I've been thinking about those as well. Because I want to get better at making beds. And I think having a sensible headboard or post material will help with that. There's so much good wooden stuff and bits in the bottom of this box. Holy moly. Look at that. Woo. Beautiful big beads. I like the big beads. I don't have any big wooden beads. I don't have any big beads. I'm not sure what that is, but like just such useful stuff, you know? Put a lamp on that. That's a lovely base. Bits of card or bits of wood like that are precious. And there's more of this. Look, more of these. I like those. What are those? Anyways, be chill, Cara. Be chill. Oh, bits of upholstery. That's cool. That is upholstery fabric, I assume. But look, it's like woven. So I'm wondering if you wove this? Because it's a woven pattern with like a adhesive, not adhesive, but almost like it was glued on the back to keep it together. And I loves a bit of weaving. Like those are lovely bits for a bed or for a rug. Oh, there is a bag of beads. Those ones that are sort of attached to the wire already. Let's have a peek at that. Oh, look at that. Did you do those, Emily? Because I like them. How sweet are they? Oh, that's something I'd not even thought of. Like, they're almost like these beautiful trees. It's good ideas. And look at those. What's this one? I like the little ones that are, they're like little pearl balls. But look at that guy. That's a skull. A little red skull. That's cool. All right, let's see what else. I like these. There's definitely going to be at least one of these in the, like, I am going to paint on it, I think. And there's definitely going to be like a little painting set up. A place where I am painting or something in the Cara room. And then there's, I guess these are just wooden beads, hey? They're cool. I like how rustic they are. That's another good bead. Oh! I like these. Is that a bead? Does that go through there? See how it's like a hole on each corner? I'm wondering. Oh yeah, you could run a, you can run a bead through there. So that's a thing that could possibly hang or be propped up or cool. And there's another one. I'm just reaching in and grabbing and pulling it out. Woo! Little eyes. Eye hooks. That's great. I can suspend things with it. I can put up like rods on the wall or the ceiling, like a sort of like a curtain rod. There's many things, and even the container's great. That's a cool one. I like that. These are so sweet. And another one of these. Thank you for those. They're totally going to come in handy. Sorry, I've got a cold nose. It's cold here. It makes my nose drippy. I apologize. I'm totally disgusting for wiping it in the back of my hand, but you don't have to touch me. I'm on screen. You don't have to be intimate with my disgustingness. More of the cube beads. That's a good bead. Look at that one. These wooden beads are so good. They're like, they're right retro vintage looking. Look at that. There's a big hole on this side and a little one on that. What would you have used that for? I guess that could be like a vase, couldn't it? Big, round, fancy vase with plants in it. But what, Emily, what would you have used it for? I'm just curious. I'm curious about it. Because that one has a hole in that side, but none in this side. So that's not a bead. And another one of the square ones with the corner. Okay, coming to the last handful. Oh yeah. I've got to figure out what I want to do with these. I'm very interested in the corner hole beads. And that one's not quite a square, it's more of a diamond shape. Another circular one. Like these are beautiful bases for lamps. These ones are. And then like stacking them for seating. Or tables. They're really cool. And I like these ones too. Thank you for these. Emily, this is very lovely. Thank you very much for sending me a box of surprises. I'm touched and I'm excited. I'm excited to totally start figuring out where these all go in my world now. Thanks for doing this. And there'll be something headed back your way, I'm sure, in the nearest future. But as I'm a bit of a disaster, it might take a while. Thank you. It's really nice to be thought about, isn't it? It's really nice when people care and are interested and they reach out through that. So it feels pretty nice. I thought I'd show you more stuff that I'd done. So I'm going to paint on this and put it in my room somewhere. I've made a rug, but I am not happy with it because I think it's going to fall apart. And every time I glue it, I just make it more, it just squish it and mess it up again. So I'm not sure what will happen with this rug. I did what else? So I made a basket out of paper. It might need some moisture in it now to shape it so it can stand up, or if I use it, it might have to be a glued in thing because it won't stand up on its own. There, sort of standing up on its own. Or it needs something like a weight on the bottom, maybe. Maybe that's all it needs is a weight. But it's not a bad little woven paper basket. It's a bit rougher on the inside, around the rim, but it's all right. And then I had to go at making a basket with some twine, and that one turned out nicer. So there's my twine basket. And in my twine basket, I think I will put, so I did some actual knitting on toothpicks, little tiny knitting. And the wool is actually from wool that I spun myself and dyed it. I think it's dyed with onion and turmeric. Or it's dyed with onion or turmeric. I'm not sure. So I've made these. I'm going to cut them off. I think they're too long. And then I might stick something, a little knob, a little decorative knob, and useful on the end. But I've done that. So I think that's for my basket, most likely. And I did another little ball of wool. So we'll put one there, and we can put one there, and we can lay the knitting in like that. You know, it can sort of be like laid out like that, right? That's a thought. That might have been the only things I did because it took a while to do that. I finished putting the flowers on the chair. So the little chair, and it looks cute. It might need more. The more I look at it and think about it. Like the design is fun, but it's very rough. So I might wrap something else around it to give it some zhuzh. And what else have I done? I'm attempting to make a little lamp. Oh, look, I try to show you, but I have to come all the way back here. That doesn't seem sensible. My little lamp. So it's just a glue stick that I've heated the ends of it, cut it off and heated the ends. And that's part of a clip-on earring that I've just put on the top. So I want to get like a, I don't know, candle or a light bulb, make some sort of light bulb out of a bead maybe for that. I just think that's a cute little thing. I don't even know if it looks like anything. And here's my next basket. I'm going to try to weave a couple baskets for all the things that I've accumulated to go in my room. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what's next. All right, thanks. And here's where we are at the end of the day. I've got my window in. I built a window box there and covered it with the flooring. In the corner, there was a little plant that came from some things that I got from Emily in the mail today. This is the other basket that I wove today. And I've just stuck some of my bolts of fabric in there. What else is here? Oh, I shortened the knitting needles and put some beads on the end of those. And there's just a few things, ball of twine and some letters and stuff on the hutch. And of course I can't actually open the hutch with my fingers. So let's just use the pliers. Look how sensible that is. In here there's some more bolts of fabric and some of the bolts of ribbon that I made. The rug, I glued it again. Let's, fingers crossed, it'll work. I did some little jars. Maybe they're for pencils, maybe they're for flowers, don't know. My little lamp that I made that I'm going to change because I realized I did it upside down. I made a little coffee mug for myself and a little vase. And I painted one of these little canvases for that I got from Emily today. So I'm going to put a painting on that. Yeah, so that's where it is. I'm going to put this on YouTube now, and probably do a little bit more work tonight and tomorrow. Oh yes, I can slide my table over and it can be a chair. That's the other thing. Anyway, and I shall return tomorrow with more adventures in dollhousing. I'm cheeky. Okay, thanks for watching.